In this video, we're going to go over week 3. Now that you've gone through the pre-writing, brainstorming, and initial drafting stages, it's time to polish your paper. In this module, we'll equip you with strategies to revise your writing, ensuring it communicates your ideas effectively. Our focus will be on the difference between revision and editing. While editing focuses on grammar, spelling, punctuation, and other surface-level corrections, revision is focused on the larger picture. The goal is to ensure your content structure and overall message align with your intended purpose and engage your audience effectively. Revision can be challenging, but is a crucial phase of good writing. This is your chance to take a step back and critically evaluate your work. You will learn to identify areas that need improvement, such as strengthening your arguments, refining your organization, improving the flow of ideas, and ensuring coherence throughout your essay. As a result, you'll enhance the impact of your writing on your readers by giving it a makeover. This week, we will help you gain a practical understanding of how to approach the revision process. You will learn how to be an objective reader of your work and learn what works well and what needs improvement. We'll also discuss techniques for incorporating feedback from peers or instructors, which can offer new perspectives and further enhance your writing. So get ready to begin your final drafting and revision phase of the writing process. By honing these skills, you'll take your writing to the next level, crafting compelling and published pieces that leave a lasting impression. Tip: put your draft aside for a little while. Time away from your essay will allow for a more objective evaluation. When you return to the draft, be honest about your thoughts of the paper. So here is what you're going to be learning in week 3. Week 3 expectations. So this week you're going to read chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. Then you're going to do your week 3 weekly writing warm-up, due Wednesday. You're going to do your week 3 assignment, which is your narrative essay first draft discussion. Initial post due by Wednesday and response to 2 peers due by Sunday. Submit week 3 assignment narrative essay final draft due Sunday. Week 3 midterm exam due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Writing the body and conclusion of a paper. Moving on in our lectures about writing a narrative essay. This week we will focus on the body and conclusion of the paper. When writing the body of a paper, it is important to create organized and well-defined paragraphs outlining chronological events and details describing these events. Each paragraph should concentrate on one concept or idea. Your body paragraphs should present enough information to describe the event so your reader can understand and connect the story's details. Your conclusion is the final paragraph when you finish your paper's body. This section is the concluding part of your story or argument. It is your last chance to leave a solid impression on your audience. Instead of restating your thesis or essential points, reinforce the ideas you've already made, making sure your audience sees the value of what you've stated. You can also discuss the broader implications of your story or paper. Your conclusion can be the crowning glory of a well-written paper. So think of writing as like a hamburger. So the introduction is the top bun, your body paragraphs is like the meat of the hamburger, and your conclusion is like the bottom bun. Week 3, organizing your essay. To elevate your paper's impact on the audience, it is important first to organize and connect details by time, chronologically, or emphasis, importance. Doing this will make your argument more cohesive and highlight the most important points you wish to make. For instance, in your narrative paper, if you are writing about when your family moved from one state to another, you should begin by discussing the major events leading up to the move. Chronologically, this would happen 3 months before, 1 month before, and 1 week earlier. On the other hand, you could emphasize important events that precipitated the move, regardless of the timeline. For example, your neighborhood changed, your parents were unhappy with their careers, you started school, your mom started volunteering, your dad started looking for a new job, his friend in another state found him a job in another state, so he applied and got that job, and now he has to move. The timeline doesn't matter, but the important events do. Remember to be clear and concise in your writing, regardless of your approach. A well-organized paper will engage readers and help them follow your line or thought. Ultimately, this will make for a more organized and effective paper. Transitions and transitional phrases. The body of your paper is where you develop your ideas and provide evidence to support your claims. To keep your paper well organized and easy to follow, it is important to use transitions between paragraphs and sentences. Transitions help create a flow so the reader can easily follow your thoughts. Many different types of transitions can be used in the body of your paper. In addition, furthermore, similarly, moreover, however, on the other hand, each type of transition serves a different purpose and can be used in different ways. For example, use a transitional phrase at the beginning of a paragraph to introduce a new idea, or at the end to conclude an idea. Use a transition within a sentence to contrast two ideas or to emphasize a point. Experiment with transitions and transitional phrases to find what works best for you and your argument. In your conclusion section, transitions can serve a unique purpose to indicate your final closing thoughts. Phrases such as "in conclusion," "to sum up," "finally," will signal to the reader that you are coming to the end of your paper and help them remember the main points in your paper. And so these are the different kinds of transition words. Transition words of emphasis, so undoubtedly, unquestionably, obviously, especially, clearly, importantly, absolutely, definitely, without a doubt, indeed, it should be noted. Transition words of addition, such as moreover, furthermore, also, to, as well as, besides, in addition, not only but also, in addition to this, additionally. Contrast, unlike, nevertheless, on the other hand, despite, in contrast, contrary to, whereas, alternatively, conversely, even so, differing from, and then chronological order or time, following, at this time, previously, first, second, third, finally, subsequently, above all, before, last but not least, first and foremost. Common methods of conclusions. There are a few common methods for concluding a paper that can help elevate its impact. First, summarize the main points of the paper. This would include a brief recap of what was discussed in the body of the paper and how it all ties together. Another option for concluding a paper is to discuss the broader implications or lessons learned while researching your paper. You could also make a call to action, urging readers to act based on what they have read. Whatever method is used, ensuring the conclusion is well structured and flows is very important. So what can I say instead of in conclusion? You could say to review, in closing, in summary, to summarize. Overall, it may be said, taking everything into account, on the whole, in general, it can be said that, with this in mind, in the end. Incorporating feedback. When you revise your essay, you examine it as an entire product. It's important to analyze the full effect of the essay. When you do this, you review the essay for unity, support, and cohesion. Feedback from your instructor or another trusted source will help you focus your efforts in the revision process. While not all pieces of feedback must be explicitly followed, it is important to consider all feedback as important. When trusted sources give you feedback on your essay's unity, support, coherence, or sentence structures, note and revise those portions. Coherence. When revising an essay, paying attention to several key elements is crucial. This includes unity, support, coherence, and close sentence skills. When it comes to unity, ensure that each paragraph and sentence contributes to the central theme of the thesis statement. Remove any irrelevant or repetitive information that detracts from the overall focus. This is also true of the supporting details provided to support your story. Ensure that each point is supported with relevant and clear details and examples, and clearly shows a sequence of events. Each point should relate to the central theme or thesis statement. Strengthen weak details and eliminate any irrelevant events that don't relate to the story. For example, a briefly summarized important scene in the story could be enhanced with dialogue and sensory description. Coherence is being logical and consistent. It is essential for the overall flow of your essay. Review the progression of ideas between the paragraphs and sentences, ensuring effective use of transitions. Ideas should connect logically and smoothly. This guides the reader from one point to the next. Consider using transitional words and phrases to enhance coherence. Lastly, attention to sentence skills, including grammar, punctuation, and clarity. Review sentence structure to ensure that it is varied and well-crafted. Check for grammatical errors. This includes subject-verb agreement, verb-tense consistency, and proper word usage. Replace any awkward or unclear sentences with concise and precise language. The specifics of feedback. If you're like most people, grammar isn't your favorite subject. It can be confusing and frustrating, especially when writing a flawless essay. But don't despair. You can use some simple techniques to ensure your essay is error-free. Other than proofreading your work, ask someone else to read your essay. A fresh set of eyes can often spot errors that you've missed. Ask a friend or family member to read through your work and give their honest feedback. Have a reliable source you can turn for grammar or concerns. Like Grammarly.com is a free website that offers everything from basic grammar to more advanced issues. Weekly Writing Warm-Up. Welcome to the Weekly Writing Warm-Up, where you will practice the art of writing. So this week's topic is going to be, go to any credible news outlet and read an article about a current news story. Think about the writing critically. First, free write about the story you read. What was it about? What are your thoughts and opinions about it? Second, if you were to revise that story, what would you consider adding to the story or removing? Is it missing something critical, or does it veer off course somewhere? Review what you wrote for the Week 2 warm-up assignment. Was it interesting? Does it sound like your voice? Could it have been better? Write your thoughts in 250 words on what you wrote. Narrative essay, first draft. Initial post due by Wednesday. Response to 2 peers due by Sunday. So this is your Week 3 discussion post, and you're going to write about during this discussion, you will share your narrative essay with your peers. This will allow you to share your work, receive feedback, and give great feedback to your classmates. In your initial post, submit the first draft of your narrative essay. Read your classmates' narrative essays and provide constructive feedback to two classmates. In addition to your original post, be sure to provide a meaningful response to at least two of your peers' posts by the end of the week. Discuss the flow and organization of the paragraphs and explain suggestions for any revisions, reordering to the paragraphs. Comment on the strength of the thesis statement and how it flows into the body of the essay, or why the thesis needs revision. Explain how you will ensure that your essay is well edited as a suggestion for your classmates. So this is going to be a peer review in which you are going to submit the rough draft of your narrative essay, and then you're going to peer review other people's essay to discuss their essay structure, whether they can make any improvements to their essay, if they're missing some grammar. So then you would comment on two people's posts, their essays. So you have until Wednesday to post your rough draft. And also, I always tell my students, the earlier you post, the more feedback you get. If you post on a Sunday, no one's going to have time to look at your paper, and then you're not going to get any feedback to improve your grade. So it's always better to post early when you have a peer review forum. In your week 3 assignment, you'll be asked to submit the final draft of your narrative essay using APA formatting. Your essay should be a minimum of 5 paragraphs, from 500 to 800 words, and at most 4 pages, not including your title page. You should have an opening, narrative paragraphs, the body of your essay, and a conclusion. Be sure you have taken the time to incorporate the feedback from your peers and instructors, paying close attention to concepts such as unity, support, coherence, sentence structure, and grammar. As a reminder, APA formatting is part of the rubric for the final essay, and your grade will be based in part on your diligence in using APA. Complete the reading assignment and the interactive lecture before attempting this assignment. Download and complete the Week 3 assignment worksheet. Click the downward-facing arrow next to the worksheet. Revise your essay using the feedback you have received from your peer, instructor, and BrainFuse. Use the assignment details document below to write your revised essay. Proofread and edit your essay carefully. Use the following criteria: title page, introduction, thesis statement, body to support subpoints, conclusion restating the thesis, integrated proper use of all grammar concepts covered throughout the course. Use Times New Roman 12-point font, 1-inch margins, and double-spaced. Make sure you have 500 to 800 words, which is 5 paragraphs. And you have to spell check your essay, and this will take about 3 to 4 hours to do. And this counts as so this is your narrative essay final draft. And make sure that you take a look at this rubric to make sure that you have accomplished all of this, so that when the teacher does the grading, you have a strong topic sentence that addresses the assignment prompt in highly focused and inviting way. You've got reasons, details, and facts related to the prompt. You have varied and subtle transitions. You have a strong conclusion, and that sort of thing. So make sure that you read through the rubric, and that you use the rubric as a kind of revision guide so that you can get a 100%. So make sure you're not missing any of that stuff. And then you're going to take your midterm. So this assessment has been designed to assess your knowledge of essay writing and grammar. Select the Take the Quiz button. Complete this 50-question exam that covers chapters 5, 6, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. Please do not attempt the midterm exam before completing the weekly readings, lectures, and assignments. You will have 1 attempt for the midterm exam. You have 100 minutes to complete the midterm exam. So the midterm exam is available from Monday to Sunday all the way until Sunday, midnight Pacific time. So this week we reached a pivotal part of our writing journey. After learning about pre-writing, brainstorming, and initial drafting phases, it was time to refine and elevate our papers through strategic revision. We focused on distinguishing between revision and editing, highlighting that editing addresses surface-level corrections like grammar, spelling, and punctuation. In contrast, revision encompasses a broader view of the writing, ensuring alignment with the intended purpose and effective audience engagement. We now know that revision is a fundamental aspect of exceptional writing. This phase provided an opportunity to step back, critically assess our work, and identify areas for improvement, be it strengthening arguments, refining organization, enhancing idea flow, or ensuring overall coherence. Through this process, we aim to elevate our writing. You learn practical strategies for the revision process, becoming objective readers of your work. We also discuss techniques for effectively incorporating feedback from peers or instructors. In alignment with our course's learning objectives, we prioritize proper grammar, punctuation, and spelling. We emphasize the importance of identifying various writing techniques, including audience analysis, diction, author, purpose, genre, and conventions when reading given texts. We learned about different essay types, focusing on the narrative. We explained and demonstrated the steps in the writing process and emphasized incorporating valid and appropriate outside sources in our original text. You're on the path to elevating your writing by honing these critical skills. So now you're at the end of third week and you're halfway through the class. Congratulations on making it this far. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me anytime.